Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing something super exciting, that is generating custom headline ads for sponsor brands and sponsor display ads using the power of AI. So I've really been digging into AI lately. I love it. It's a fun thing to use. However, it can be tricky. It can be tricky to get it to do what you want it to do. And that is because you have to be really good at conveying a want or a need through written word, and that can be difficult crafting things called prompts. So FYI, the trick to getting an AI to do what it is that you're actually requesting it do is you need to have a really good prompt. Well, I have some amazing news for you. I have written a prompt that you can plug into ChatGPT and output a custom headline. And the power of not just getting like any old headline, a custom headline, is you will be able to take a product title, any product title. The examples that I'm actually going to be showing you today are ones that I literally just went on Amazon and was like, oh, this popped up, let me make a title around that. That's all I need. I need a title and I need a main keyword. And that is the power of the custom headline that I'm going to be showing you now, because I think most people know how to draft a decent enough headline, right? But the trick is, if you are going after a specific keyword, if you are trying to get really granular with your targeting, it's a good idea to write a custom headline for each almost like keyword grouping or like related keywords, right? That can be kind of difficult, right? You got to make it sound persuasive. You really should try and integrate that keyword into it somewhere, and you got to fit it into a certain character amount. All those things take a whole lot of effort. Enter ChatGPT. Let's harness the power of AI software to write our headlines for us. And I'm actually going to do you one better. Not only am I just going to give you the prompt, that was my original intent. I'm like, oh, I wrote the prompt, let me just give them the prompt. I actually created a custom spreadsheet work table of sorts that you can actually use to plug in your headlines and refine them. It's going to make your life so much easier. You're going to brain explode. All right, so let's dive in here into the tool. This is the custom AI headline generator that I have for you. I'm going to show you how you can use this in ChatGPT, and we're going to start off with this examples. Now, when you are writing it yourself, feel free to use this, but I do have some examples. And again, these are things that I have simply pulled off Amazon themselves, okay? So you're going to need two things. You are going to need the product headline. Now, I will tell you this. The better your product headline, the better your resulting sponsor brands or sponsor display headline is going to be. If your product title is super short, it is not descriptive, it doesn't contain any of your main keywords or main points or selling points, you're not going to get a very good headline. Now, I am going to show you how you can iterate on what the actual headline is. I'm going to walk you through the exact examples I got to find these different iterations of the product. But first off, let's just start off with the prompt. So this is the prompt template that I have for you. And again, this is, if I just gave you this is the meat and potatoes of this system, is a really good prompt. And I went through several iterations of this prompt to try and get it to do what exactly I wanted it to do. There are some weird things that the AI doesn't seem to understand, like for instance, the character count. When I tried to restrict it to a specific character count, which in the case of the headline ads is 50 characters, I ended up with it not understanding that. And I tried different ways of communicating it, again, through written word. Didn't seem to understand it. So I was able to find out by using 6 words or less, that basically restricts it and actually makes it a little bit shorter than 50 characters, which we found for sponsored brands headlines seems to be a really good sweet spot, and not trying to just max out the character count. You're just trying to get it short and sweet and to the point. So we are going to banner ad advertising a product with the title. So we're actually going to make it specific to the product title and make it appeal to shoppers searching the keyword insert keyword. And again, this particular prompt If this was all I handed to you, you would just have to change the insert product title. You would insert it between the quotation marks here, and then you would insert the keyword between the quotation marks there, and you would be off to the races with ChatGPT. But again, going to do you one better, because I have a substitute formula here. So what all you have to do is you will go to your product and you will find the product title. So for my first example, I've been shopping and I was on my Amazon page. I had a pair of Doc Martens and I thought, well, this is a pretty good one. So I just scraped the title and then I put it into my product title column here. And then I was like, well, let's just do women's boots. So it seems like a really good keyword that you would use if you're advertising a Doc Martens women's boot. So therefore, let's do that. So I did that and we got this prompt. Now this prompt, and let me just copy it. I'm going to paste it right in here. You can see it actually auto fills in the title and then the main keyword. If it was a pain, I'll be honest, to go through and like manually insert these, so I made it easier for you. And all you'll have to do is go here and you would simply copy what is in the cell here and you would open up a new chat in ChatGPT. Now what I am doing here is I'm basically just showing you the end result. It's not like a step-by-step walkthrough because I already went through and just like, again, proofread this system, made sure it worked for you. But all you have to do is open up a new chat and you would simply paste the prompt. Notice that the title and the keyword have already been edited and you would click enter and then it would go through and it would write in headline for you. And apparently it substituted Jade on here. It's being very specific to the product. The last time I did this prompt, it got elevate your style with Doc Martens. So it's not always going to be exactly the same. I mean, it will get a little bit different, but if you're not particularly happy with the first headline, you can go through something like refining resulting headline. So I'm just going to show you how I went through and refined it. Maybe we can do other ones. Maybe we'll go through and we'll do this one together as well. But we have had elevate your style with Doc Martens. So if you go back to the example I had, it said elevate your style. That was pretty good, but I want to mention boots. So I just said, hey, mention boots. And it said step up your boot game with Doc Martens. That's a pretty good one. I'd like to mention women. Empower your look with women's Doc Martens. All of these are pretty good headlines. All of these are things that I absolutely could use to advertise Doc Marten boots on women's boots. I think it would appeal to those shoppers. And so that is a really good example and probably some good headlines that I can test. Now, I also put in this one here. So again, I just showed up. I scraped the title and then I wanted to advertise it on Portable Crib. And the first one I got was, so this is my prompt, write a short, persuasive full sentence headline, blah, blah, blah. It says travel with ease, Hamo baby crib. Now, the one thing I have noticed about asking them to do short is this particular ChatGPT really likes to use colons. I don't know why. Again, it is somewhat similar to when I had an issue with a not understanding character. I might, if I end up writing another prompt that works well and eliminates it using colons, I will absolutely share that prompt with everyone. However, as of right now, it does use colons. Now, what I have found is that's not really an issue. I did go and launch a sponsored brands headline with a colon. It's still within terms of service. You shouldn't get it taken down. But if you're not really sure if you want the colons, notice how I said don't use a colon and it still spit out something with the colon. But I also asked it to not use the brand name and it says effortlessly portable crib solution, which is an okay headline. It's not the best. And you can ask refinement questions as many times as you want. The thing about ChatGPT, and this is just a little fun fact for you when using this, all of these chats, whenever you open a new chat, it basically starts from scratch. If you can start with a good prompt though, which is what this original prompt is, what you're doing in the beginning, the more context you can give the AI chat, as to what you're actually trying to achieve. So here, if we say don't use the brand name, notice it's still using 6 words or less to achieve prompt. And that's because it's getting context from us from the original prompt. So it's not going to go too far outside of those parameters unless I say something like use, I don't know, if I wanted to say use 8 words, then it's going to take that and it will expand upon this and it will give me something with 8 words, which again is going to be past our character count. And so that's not going to be something that's going to work for us for a headline, but it's not going to go outside these original parameters unless we ask it to do something slightly different. So just keep that in mind if you're going to go through and you want to just iterate on this stuff. I also have included a number count here. So this is just a formula that's going to just count how many characters are within your headline, just to make double sure. If you have 6 words or less, you shouldn't ever get past this, but just in case it ever does, you would have easy visibility into that. So that is how you would use it. And I know that this is a very short and sweet lesson, but I put a lot of power into this particular spreadsheet, into this particular workbook, and should be easy peasy lemon squeezy for you. And hopefully you found this super helpful. Of course, all of this stuff will be linked down below. If you're not sure how to sign up for ChatGPT, it is very simple. As of right now, it is free. All you need is an email and you got to walk through a couple things and they have to identify who you are. I will also put the link where you can sign up for a ChatGPT account down below. And as always, if you have any questions, let me know.